And Vaishnavis present here. So, without taking any more time, let's begin the Katha tonight. So, this is day 6 of our Krishna Ratri series, and today we are going to talk about the killing of Dhenukasur, deliverance of Dhenuka. Okay, so this chapter comes this is the 15th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam of Canto 10, and there are total 52 verses in this chapter. And as you can see on your screen, um, different verses have been clubbed together that describe different the chronology of the events that take place throughout this chapter. So first to four is Krishna and Balram are entering the forest of Vrindavan. 5 to 8, all the different kinds of praises of the nature. 9 to 19, we see how Krishna and Balram enjoy various kinds of childhood activities and play in the forest of Vrindavan, along with the animals and birds of Vrindavan. Then from 20 through 26, we see that here the cowherd boy starts making a request to Krishna to go to Talavan and help them get or eat some tala fruits. But then they describe there is a problem. It's not as easy. 27 to 40, we hear about how Denuka is guarding that forest, how difficult it is, yet they persuade Krishna and Balram to go to that Talavan. And finally, the killing of Dhenukasura happens, and Taliban is made free of the influence of demons. And then from 41 to 43, we have glories and beauties of Krishna Balram. 44 to 46, affection of mothers, when all the cowherd women, they come to know about the feat of Krishna and Balram on that particular day. They definitely shower both the boys with a lot of love. And 47 to 42 is to prelude to Kalyadaman Leela. Basically, we get to know that Yamuna has got poisoned, but nobody knows yet what is going on. So let's dive into the Leela that we are discussing today. So as we saw, 1 through 4 is about entering the forest. Now, there are 3 ages that have been defined for Krishna. From 0 to 5, it is the Kaumara age for Krishna. From 6 to 10, it is the Pauganda age, and 11 onwards, Krishna remains in Kaishore. We all know that Krishna does not age beyond 16. So this particular Leela happens at the age of Pauganda, and at this point in time, Krishna and Balram, they both want to now tend the cows, and they don't want to tend the calves anymore. So they go and request Mother Yashoda, and Mother Yashoda, as usual, says, no, 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 it cannot happen. You two boys are very, very young, and the cows are huge in size, and they are so many in number that you won't be able to take control of them. So then Krishna and Balram actually go to Nand Maharaj and they place their request to Nand Maharaj. And Nand Maharaj says, okay, give me some time to consider. And then he actually consults with all the elderly Gopas of Vrindavan, and they actually deem it right to let Krishna and Balram take care of the cows. And so finally, the two boys get the permission. Now, Yashoda Maya, she's worried. Nonetheless, she makes a pair of golden shoes for Krishna. And she says, Lala, you're going to go to forest tomorrow. And those forests have big boulders and rocks and stones and whatnot. And they will hurt your feet. So I want you to start wearing these shoes from tomorrow. And so Krishna asks Maya, do we also have the shoes for the cows? And Maya says, come on, Lala, how can I? Only we have 9 lakh cows and each cow has 4 legs. I'll have to make so many shoes for the cows. So I can't do that. So Krishna says, case closed. If they are not wearing shoes, I'm not wearing shoes also. And this news reaches the ears of the cows of Vrindavan, and their heart melts. And this again shows the loving reciprocation of the Lord with his devotees, no matter which form or shape the devotees are in. So when the cows hear this sacrifice of Krishna, their heart melts. And they go that night itself. All these cows, they go to the forest of Vrindavan, and with their hooves, they break all the stones and the boulders into very fine dust. And even today, when we go to Ramanreti in Vrindavan, we see that how soft, just like talcum powder, we can feel the mitti in our hands. So that's the gift of cows to Krishna and Balram, so that they don't get hurt when they are tending the cows. Now, it is also said that when Krishna and Balram take the cows in the morning for herding, their calves also join because they don't want to stay behind, not having the association of Krishna. So, by saying that they want to be with their mother, they actually want to be with Krishna and Balram. So they say, hey, we are also going to join. So the calves also join their mothers in this cow herding procession. And then the bulls also say that, oh, if our family is going to have such a nice time with Krishna and Balram in Vrindavan forest, then why should we miss out on the party? So we should also go. And they also intend to join. But then the bulls are not allowed to go because they had to stay back for the plowing work, plowing the fields. So that's what our Acharya said. Everybody wanted to be with Krishna and Balram when Krishna started his cow herding pastimes. But only the cows and the calves get to go. And then we see that slowly, um, as the events advance, Krishna and Balram, Shukadev Goswami actually starts describing the beauty of Vrindavan, and our acharyas also say that each and every entity in Vrindavan, it's a very pious soul. They are there for their piety, and eventually they will all go back home, back to Godhead, to Goloka Vrindavan, to serve Krishna directly. And so then, uh, when Krishna and Balram enter the forest, it is said that the breeze is blowing very nicely, and the bees are singing, and the peacocks are dancing, and whatever is the capacity of whichever jiva in the forest, they are actually serving Krishna in that way. The fruits are coming on the tree, the aroma of the flower, that's what they are giving out. The flowers are giving out their aroma for the pleasure of Krishna, and the birds are singing. Those they can dance, they are dancing, and different animals, whatever they can do with their activities, they are all trying to please Krishna. So this should be the mood of every devotee, that nobody has to become anybody else. Whatever qualities they possess, they can actually utilize that quality to please Krishna. In fact, the trees were thinking that, oh, I cannot sing, I cannot dance, but what can I do? And then they think of bowing down, or they bow down their branches to touch the feet of Krishna and Balram to get some uh, to get some mercy from them. So that was the gesture of the trees to please Krishna and Balram. So this is their part of the service. And as Krishna and Balram enter the forest of Vrindavan, as they are going forward, they see so many fruits, so many trees, so many different kinds of animals. And then this that's when their game starts. That's when Krishna and Balram start playing with their friend. Actually, it's very interesting to know that from this move of Krishna and Balram, in fact, the entire Gokul moved to Vrindavan at this point in time, just before Krishna would reach Pauganda. There is a reason for that. That move was not just because of the demons or Putana came in and Trinavarta came in, not because of that, but Krishna really wanted to move to Vrindavan. Why? Because our acharyas explain that Krishna wanted to enjoy the pastime of playing with his friends. And he wanted to do in such a way so that there would be no mom looking at him, no Nand Baba, no elder Gopas and Gopis. And the forests of Vrindavan presented that perfect setting for Krishna to have fun with his friends. Because Vrindavan forest, they have Govardhan Hill also. Now, Govardhan Hill, when we get into the descriptions, we know it has forest, it has caves, it has waterfalls, it has everything suitable to play any kind of games that Krishna and Balram wanted to play with their friends. So this move was actually Krishna's desire to shift from Gokul to Vrindavan, because now Krishna has come to an age where he just wants to have fun with his friends. And this chapter gives us that glimpse that how Krishna and Balram play with their friends, and they imitate various kind of animals. They make the buzzing sound of the bees, then they chatter like parrots, they call like cuckoos, they call out like swans, and they even dance like peacocks. And among all of these things, amidst all of these things that are happening, Krishna also very lovingly and affectionately calls out the name of each of his cows. And when they hear the sound of Krishna's call, they all come enchanting towards Krishna. So, this is how he's playing also, and he's making sure that the cows are also not wandering about. Then we see that when the cowherd boys, along with Krishna and Balram, when they are having so much fun and they are jumping and running and dancing and doing all sorts of, oh, they also imitate frogs in the pond, and they are dancing like peacocks and jumping up and down the trees like monkeys. Obviously, after some point in time, they get tired, and then it is described that in verse 14 that how Balram, he gets tired and then he lies down, keeping his head on the lap of one Gopa. And at this point in time, Krishna actually massages the foot of Balram, one foot at a time. And so this shows that in Vrindavan, Krishna gives up his godhead to enjoy the childhood pastimes with his friends. So he just wants to be this cowherd boy, and he also takes this humble role to show respect to Balramji. So he massages his feet and he serves him, and together Krishna and Balram, they also glorify their friends who just their world totally revolves around Krishna and Balram. They don't think of anything else, and they don't want to do anything else. And then after some time, they resume their playing, and when Krishna gets tired, Shukdev Goswami also describes that part, that when Krishna gets tired, he also lies down and makes the lap of one of the Gopas his pillow. And then, in different ways, whatever material is available in the forest, different Gopas, they try to soothe Krishna. They try to serve Krishna. And so, massages, fan, flute, singing, all of these things are happening, and everything is only and only targeted towards serving Krishna, pleasing Krishna. And we also see that even Lord Balram, although he's the elder brother, but he's aware of the fact that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he also does not let go of the opportunity of serving him very, very personally. And so he also massages Krishna's leg sometimes. And Shukdev Goswami at this point in time says that although Krishna tries very, very hard to not show that uh, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, yet many times his Isha Cheshtitaha comes out. Uh, the feat he does, the kind of activities, the kind of leelas that he performs in Vrindavan actually makes it very, very clear that he cannot be anybody else other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead, killing all the demons and then lifting up Govardhan and everything. But even then, the sweetness of Krishna is so stupendous in front of the opulences of Krishna that the Vrajvasis say, oh, he is like Narayan. They remember what Garg Muni had said. Garg Muni had said during the Namkarana ceremony of Krishna that he is Narayana Samaguna. That means he is equal in qualities with Narayan. So they think, oh, this child is really blessed by Narayan himself, and that's why he can do all these wonderful feats. Even then, they do not believe that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that's what maintains the mood of sweetness in Raj. That's what we see. And so then, as now the cowherd boys come to a point where they feel they actually get the aroma. They are very close to Talvan, and the aroma of the tala fruit, it fills the complete atmosphere, and the cowherd boys are enticed to eat the tala fruit. Now, our acharyas also say that it's not that the cowherd boys wanted to eat the fruit themselves, but actually, they say that we are hungry, we want to eat the fruit, but actually, their intention was that these are some of the best fruits in Vrindavan, and Krishna and Balram uh, should not be left of enjoying these fruits, because ultimately, the happiness that they get from serving Krishna and Balram, nothing comes close to that. So they actually wanted to please Krishna and Balram by offering these tala fruits to them. So they say that, you know what, we are really hungry. Let's go eat something. And our acharyas also say that these gopas were in mood for some fun on that day. They wanted some demon killing, some adventure, some action happening also. So that's why they go and they request Krishna and Balram to go to Palavan. And so Shukdev Goswami says that it was Sudama. He is one of the chief friends. In fact, he is the chief friend of Krishna. So he was the first one to speak. And then he glorifies Balaram, Lord Balaram. And then he says that, oh, you are so mighty. There is no match for your strength. And Krishna, Sloka Krishna also speaks that, oh, both of you have together killed so many demons. And so, why not? We should go to this Talwan, and there are many fruits over there, but there is a catch out here. Although this one has such beautiful fruits, such nice fragrant fruits, there is a problem. The problem is that that um, garden is guarded by a demon called Dhenuka. So Dhenuka, in form of a formidable ass, a formidable donkey, he guards that place. And then they go on to describe how horrifying this particular demon is. He says that, well, don't think that he is an ordinary donkey. He is definitely supremely mighty. He's extremely powerful. And guess what? He even eats human beings. He's that formidable. He's that powerful. He does not even think twice before chewing up a human being. So that's the only little problem, very little problem that we have. But we know you can manage. We've seen you guys kill demons like anything, as if it was just aapke baaye haath ka khel. So please, let's go there. Let's get rid of this demon and let's enjoy these beautiful fruits, because so far nobody has tasted these fruits, because Denuka would not allow anybody else. And so they try to persuade Krishna and Balram with their sweet words by praising Palavan and the Pala fruit. And then the action begins. Balram, Krishna and Balram. And so here again, we see the reciprocation between the Bhakta and the Lord. And we see that the friends of Krishna, they want to serve Krishna and Balram. And so there is a point in the conversation when the friends tell Krishna and Balram that, okay, fine, this is all right. We have actually given you, we have actually presented our plea before you to go to Talwan and get the fruits. But at the end of the day, you do what you feel is right. And then Krishna and Balram, in their hearts, they are feeling that even if they are saying that what we feel right, we should do that, we know that they want to taste these fruits. They want to have these fruits. So we will do it for them and not what we please. So this is again, time and again, with these loving exchanges between various Brajvasis and Krishna and Balram, we see that devotees, it's not only the devotees who are eager to please Krishna, but Krishna and Balram both, they both are also very keen and eager to reciprocate with their devotees and actually do some service to them, serve them, so that this loving relationship remains on an equal platform. That's when the sweetness of the relationship is always maintained. The awe and reverence from this relationship is out. This is the reason why Krishna hardly shows his four-handed form in Vrindavan. Because just think about it. We went to school, we went to college, we went to office, and suddenly this four-armed person shows up. We will hesitate to talk to them because these persons definitely don't look normal. They look somebody so different, and our whole attention would be, what about these two extra arms, or something like that, right? But when the other person looks exactly like us, dresses exactly like us, and speaks exactly like us, then it brings that feeling of sameness, that we are on the same platform, and then Maitri can happen from that point on. So to keep their Maitri intact, to enjoy the rasa of Sakya, Krishna never shows his opulences. Well, sometimes he has to, but generally he doesn't show his opulence in Vrindavan. And so, with the same mood to serve his devotees, to do something to please his devotees, Krishna and Balram agree to go to Tala. And so, when they enter the Tala forest, of course, the aroma is very, very strong all around. Then Lord Balram, the first thing that he does is that he goes to a tala tree and he shakes this tala tree very, very violently. Shukadev Goswami says that he does it as if as if a mad elephant is crushing a forest. So with that vigor and with that strength, Balramji shakes a tala tree, and the fruits fall raining on the ground. The moment the sound of the shaking of the tree and the falling of the fruits reach the ears of Mr. Denuka, he wakes up and he says, "Oh, there is somebody in this forest who's trying to create a ruckus out here." And so he comes running to the spot where everything is going on. And then he says, "Oh, some boy, some cowherd boys from the neighboring village, how dare they come? How dare they come and try to create this nuisance in my garden?" Now, there are few points to notice over here. First of all, this garden was not his, it was Kansa's garden. He was working as a servant for an asura, a demon. On top of that, the irony of the situation was that he was guarding the fruits all right, but he himself was not tasting those fruits. So, this is the mentality of completely conceited identification that, okay, I will not enjoy these fruits, but I will not let others also enjoy these fruits. So, this is extreme envy, and this is the sense of false proprietorship, that I'm going to hold on to everything and become stingy. I'll not use it, I'll not let anybody use it. So, Renuka had that mentality. And so, he was not only obeying his master, of course, but then he himself had this very stingy mentality. So when he sees Balram shaking the tala trees and getting the fruits down on the ground, the first thing he does is that he goes and he kicks Balram on his chest with his hind legs, दुलत्ती जिसको हम कहते हैं. और ये गधों की आदत होती है. This is the trait of the donkeys to hit people with their hind legs. And then one of the acharyas comment over here that how foolish a donkey can be. I mean, just imagine if somebody goes and hits somebody, their opponent, with their head, it's really very difficult to grab the head of any, be it an animal, be it a human. It's difficult because there's really nothing much to hold and keep a grip around it. So it becomes difficult to grab something. If they are grab a head, if somebody is trying to hit us through the head. But when Dhenuka actually hits Balram with his hind legs, it was very easy for Balram to catch hold of his hind legs. And then what Balram does is that he just twirls him and twirls him and twirls him. And after a good twirling for some 2 to 3 minutes, Balram throws Dhenuka on top of one of the tal trees. But Acharyas also explained that um, Dhenuka is already dead by the time he lands on the tree. He does not die because of this, contact, this hard contact with the tal tree while landing. No, that he lost, he broke his bone, or he broke his neck, or his heart punctured or whatever. No, nothing of that sort. When Balram was twirling Dhenuka, he had already lost his life in that twirling process also. So this was the end of Dhenukasura. So going back a little bit, we see that Krishna and Balram, Shukadev Goswami says that when uh, they were being persuaded by the cowherd boys to go to Talvan, Krishna and Balram laugh at that point in time. So our acharyas explained that they laugh because, of course, they have gotten a service to serve their devotees, and also they were laughing very loudly just to assure the cowherd boys that now we have taken charge. We have agreed to go by your plan. So don't worry about anything. Even if Dhenuka comes and he looks formidable and he tries to scare you, don't worry about it. We are there. The victory is on our side. So the laughter was actually the assurance of the two lords for their cowherd friends. And then we went through the entire series, how Balram starts shaking the tree. Dhenuka comes, Balram takes his hooves, twirls him around, throws him on top of the tree, and it is described that when Dhenuka lands on a tree, it creates a domino effect because one tree falls on the next tal tree, and that tal tree falls on the next tal tree, and like this, so many tal trees come crashing down on the ground with a huge uproar. And this uproar actually wakes up all the other donkey demons in that Talvan who were just like Dhenukasur. Maybe not as powerful as Dhenuka, but they were all associates, friends of Dhenuka. So they all come charging towards Balram and Krishna at this point in time. And Shukadev Goswami says that we should not be, we should not feel surprised by this wonderful feat of Balram because he is that powerful. He can twirl anybody and just take their life air away because at the end of the day, Balram is holding the entire cosmos on his hood as Ananta Shesha. So killing these demons here and there, it's no big deal for Balramji. So then the story continues, and as I said, that when the domino effect happens, lot of uproar, all the other donkeys come in and they start charging Krishna and Balram, and then both of them together now they start the action for which the boys were waiting for all this while. Now so many killing is happening, and so what Krishna and Balram do, they both hold these donkeys from their hind leg because that's what they would do. They would kick from their hind legs. And so Krishna and Balram hold them with their hind legs, twirl them, and start throwing them on top of one tree. And again, our acharyas say that these donkey demons, were of different colors. And when each of them land on one tree one by one, it looks like there are different colors of clouds in the sky. And it actually makes the whole scene look very beautiful because different kinds of, not just one gray clouds that we see nowadays in the Bangalore sky, but different colors of clouds coming together at one place. And they say that that really adds to the scenic beauty of this beautiful place. So this was the end of Dhenuka along with all his donkey friends. And then, of course, as we know, the demigods, they are privileged because they get the balcony seat for all the leelas of Krishna and Balram that's going on in Braja. So right there, they have the top view of everything happening there, and they totally love it. Then they, you know, demigods are always there to shower flowers, and the Gandharva starts singing, and everybody starts rejoicing in Svarga. And there were some people who were passing by Talwan at that point in time. So the gates of Talwan are now open for the ordinary public. The Talwan, which nobody was allowed to enter as long as Dhenuka was there. Now that he was dead, the gates were flung open for everybody, and everybody could come and enjoy the fruits of that. So the Leela ends here, but let's just go do a little bit of flashback and let's try to understand what Dhenukasur represents, which Anartha Dhenukasur represents. I'm 100% sure all of you know that our acharyas say that each demon that was killed by Krishna and Balram, each of these demons actually represent one Anartha in our life. And if we take these pastimes seriously and we pray for the purification from these lords, then these anarthas in heart can also be uprooted and thrown away by the mercy of the Lord and the spiritual master. So Denuka, he actually represents gross ignorance of their Shuddha Swarupa, which is their spiritual identity, which means that most of us are born in this world with the identification of our body as myself. This is my body, and I need to do everything to upkeep my body. No wonder why the beauty industry is so flourishing, the fashion industry is flourishing, and I don't know how many nail spas are there around us. So, because um, for the upkeep of body, jivas do so many things, but nobody really knows that they are not the body, but they are the soul. Another thing that we say that we were talking about, um, this forest, this Talavan did not even belong to them, but he had this false proprietorship on this garden, so much so that he would not eat the fruits, he would not allow anybody else to do. This is how we living entities also want to exploit this material world, which does not belong to us. We've not created anything out here, hence we are not entitled to enjoy anything. Whatever, as Ishopanishad says, whatever is in our quota, it is already fixed. It will come our way and we will get it. Over endeavoring to get something and to enjoy actually shows, protecting it, trying to protect it, actually shows Dhenuka mentality. So Dhenuka neither had uh, recognition of himself. He didn't. He was not even aware of the identity of Harina, and he was not. And obviously, there is no difference between Hari and his Naam, so he did not even know about the identity of Krishna. Now, past life. We'll talk about a little bit how Dhenuka became Dhenuka. It's very interesting. If we read our Shastras very deeply, we will understand that every single demon that we see in Krishna Leela that were killed by Krishna Balram, or that those who were delivered, but Kalia was not killed, he was delivered. So every demon has a past story. And to me personally, it always appears to me that, of course, for this story, for the story of Krishna and Balram, for their Leela, the characters must be handpicked so that they can match the opulences of the Lord. So Sahasik was Bali Maharaj's son in his past life. And so this story comes in two places, Garg Samhita and Brahma Vaivarta Puran. In two different places, this story comes, although the description is little different. Garg Samhita says that yes, Sahasik, he went to Gandhamadan mountain. Now, Gandhamadan mountain is a place where ascetics go to meditate. It's a place for tapasya. The sadhus go there for tapasya, but Sahasik, who was son of Bali Maharaj, such a big devotee, such a pure devotee. We all know about the story of Bali Maharaj. So he came from a good family. He was born of a devotee. He was a devotee. He was the son of a devotee, but he still, um, that's what our acharyas say, that the opulences of this material world, especially um, the mother of Shri, that is um, the uh, the pride that comes out of possessing wealth, it is so intoxicating that it can make anybody mad. And that's what Sahasik also experienced. He had everything going his way, so much money, so much opulence, so much power. And so, with 10,000 women, he goes to Gandhamadhan mountain, and he selects that place, which is where the sadhus visit for their tapasya. He selects that place for his enjoyment. And so, he goes there, and he's having a lot of fun with his 10,000, all the 10,000 women that he has. And there's a lot of shor sharaba happening out there, loud music, this, that. And guess who happens to be around? Our own Durvasa Muni. Sahasik was in a big, big trouble. So, yes, Durvasa Muni gets very, very angry because all the loud noise and music, it disturbs Durvasa Muni in his meditation. And as usual, Durvasa is quick to curse. He says, okay, Sahasik, you're acting like a fool. You're acting like a donkey because you do not have this discrimination where to go have fun and what places you should not go because it's meant for the ascetics for their meditation. So if you do not have that discrimination, you're a donkey. Next life, and then Sahasik comes to his senses as usual, as always happens after every curse comes the awakening. Oh, please help me. What's the Nivaran? How to come out of this curse? And so Durvasa Muni says, okay, don't worry. When Krishna comes in Dwapar Yuga, Krishna and Balram, they will deliver you. And so, a very interesting point to note over here is that Krishna had taken a vow. In fact, Narsimhadev, when he had come to kill Hiranyakashipu and to reciprocate with Prahlad Maharaj, he had given this vow to Prahlad that Prahlad, I will not kill anybody from your family because from now on, you are starting a new parampara in your family. If you are a great pure devotee, your family is now qualified to go back home back to Godhead. So I'm not going to kill anybody from your family. And that's the reason why the hero of this pastime is Lord Balram. It is also said by our acharyas that actually the cowherd boys goes with the request to Krishna first. And then Krishna says, you know what? I'm not in the mood today. Why don't you go to Balram, start playing him? He will be able to do that. So Krishna says that I've killed a lot of demons. Let Balram do this today. I'm not in the mood. The reason is this, that in his avatar as Narsimhadev, he had given this promise to Prahlad Maharaj that I would not kill anybody from your family. So this job was taken over by Balram in this pastime, and so he kills Dhenukasura, who was Sahasik in his previous life. Now, Brahma Vivarta Puran says same story, but this time this also happens in Gandhamadhan forest, but here Sahasik is not with 10,000 women. Sahasik goes to Gandhamadhan forest where he meets this Apsara called Tilottama. She is one of the most beautiful damsels of Swarga. And so she happens to be in Gandhamadhan mountain. When Sahasik meets her, immediately there is a strong attraction between both of them. So they both like each other and they start enjoying each other's company. And then um, they go out of control. And so they are making a lot of noise. They are enjoying way too much, making a lot of noise. And then Vasa Muni gets disturbed in his tapasya. And when he comes out of the cave, he sees these two people really acting very, very rash. And so he gives a curse to Sahasik that you will become Dhenuka, but you will be killed, you will be delivered by Balram. And Tilottama also gets a curse. Tilottama gets a curse to take birth in a demon family. She becomes the daughter of Banasur, Usha. And then Durvasa says that don't worry, I have some boon for you also. The boon is that Aniruddha, the son of Krishna, he will come to marry. So that way, your curse will get over as well. So this was the past life of Dhenuka and of Dhenukasura, and this is how he, appears in this pastime. I'll end this presentation by one last thing. We have to understand Balram Purnima is also coming. It's right around the corner, 2 days from now. And so, nice time to glorify Lord Balram. So, um, here, Lord Balram is Adi. We all know that. So when he goes and shakes these trees of tala fruit, the tala trees, when he shakes, our Acharya says that this is the symbol of him shaking the identity of each and every jiva. So Balram is Adi Guru, and as his representative, when our individual gurus come in our life, they shake our identity. They shake our identity and they take us towards the light of knowledge. They tell us who we really are. This talava is not ours. This material world is not ours. The tala fruits are not for us to enjoy. What we should do is that we should come in contact with Krishna and his devotees and serve. So that's the lesson that we get here, that as the Adi Guru, he's the one who sent his representatives to shake our identity and make us come closer to Krishna. So yeah, and that's what Balaram Prabhu does. And so with this, uh, now so the as the doors of Talavan opens, everybody goes and enjoy the fruits. But the best part is that Krishna's friends don't even eat that fruit anymore, because almost every fruit is smeared by the blood of these demons who were killed there. So they insisted on they told Krishna and Balram to go and eat to kill the demon, and because they wanted to eat the fruit, but at the end of the day they come out of the forest without even touching a single fruit. But the Talvan remains open for everybody. And when Krishna and Balram come back, very enthusiastically, um, the story is shared by all the Brajvasis, and the mothers, they, as usual, affectionately hug Krishna and Balram, and then the night comes to an end, and then from next day, the whole Kalya Daman Leela's prelude, it begins. That so with this, thank you so very much for this opportunity to share this katha with all of you. Thank you so very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Mataji. You narrate the pastime very systematically, as you love to study Bhagavatam and all the Puranas, as Mataji, Manjulali Mataji mentioned. So thank you very much, Mataji. So let's thank her Grace Sanktikor Mataji by loudly chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Now, Prabhuji will tell the
Hare,
name who is the
Hare
winner.
Krishna. So I've shared the quiz for today, requesting all the devotees kindly attend that quiz. And for yesterday's winner was Haranda Mataji. Let's all chant Hari Bol for her. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari
Hari
Hari.
Bol. Hari Bol.
She's there in the call. She's there in the call. We can come the video, Mataji, if possible. Or say
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
I am a boy.
Oh, sorry. My bad. I'm really sorry.
Show your divine face, Prabhu, if you can. Hari Bol. Congratulations, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.